How was your weekend? Was it good? Yes, people. All right. Good to see you, girls. Super welcome.
Hello.
Hello, dear. Okay, guys, welcome to our class today. We have planned for today the beginning of Unit 7, okay? We had our test last week. So this week we start Unit 7 and we have our project presentation next class or on Monday if you prefer, okay? So we will discuss and see which day is better for you. So you can decide. We can have our presentation on Wednesday or on Monday if you need more time, okay? And just to remind you, the presentation can be chosen, actually can be chosen from units 4, 5, or 6. You can choose a topic from the 3 units and talk, or you can talk a little bit about each unit. So it's up to you. Let me take a look here at our test last week to see if everybody did the test, if everything is okay, if you have any questions. All right.
Yes.
So I'm sharing here so you know what we are talking about and see if you have any questions. Hi, Mateus. Good afternoon. See you again. That's good. Let me resume sharing here. Okay. So this was our task last week. I just want to see how many of you still need to do it. Let me see if everybody is there. Okay. I haven't sent the results to anybody. Okay. So let me go here. So here we have the people who actually sent the results. Luan, Giovanna, Paulinha. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 people. Whose email is this? Sorry. MS1087237. Is it from anybody here?
Acho que é do Matheus.
Is it yours, Mateus? Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. I can't hear you. I think you're muted, but that's okay. Oh, very nice. Who is there with you? Who is there? Okay, I can hear you now. Who is there with you, Mateus?
Luis Rodrigo.
Oh, Luis Rodrigo. All right. Thank you. Luis Rodrigo, is it your email? J.
Esse é o meu.
Oh, okay. José Guilherme. Oh, okay. Good.
Muito criativo, é. José, o J de José, G de Guilherme, O de Oliveira, S de Silva. Muito criativo.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you, José Guilherme. All right. And then we have Luan. The first one is yours, isn't it, Mateus?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And Paula, so José Guilherme, no, Luis Rodrigo, please don't forget to schedule a replacement class so you can do your test because there is a listening activity. So we need to play an audio for you, okay? So you need to, before you go home, go to the reception and try to schedule a replacement because it has to be via Zoom, or you can do your test presentially. If you can't do via Zoom, you can do your test presentially. Yes, Mateus.
There is
I can't hear you, Mateus. I can't hear you.
Now he just has to send a message to Julia. He doesn't need to go to the reception anymore. He just sends a message and she will see the possible dates.
Oh, okay. So the reception the reception doesn't schedule replacement anymore. Is that what you mean? Okay, all right. So please tell him that he needs to send a message to Julia to schedule the replacement, okay? And explain that it's a test that he missed. All right? Okay, guys. Everybody else here is okay with the task. No problem. All right, people. I will, as you can see here, I haven't released any grade yet because I'm still reading your tasks. So I'm going to do this this week, and our project will also help on your grade. So we need to see the project presentation so we can have a final grade. All right, guys. So do you have any questions about your test? Is there anything you want to ask? No?
No, it's fine.
Okay, all right.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can. Now I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay. All right, guys. So back to our Google Classroom. We have here the postings for this week, May 3rd and May 5th. So we are supposed to start Unit 7, okay, from our material. So if you have your books, please open your books to page 75. Let's take a look there. Okay. So here we are. Okay. Can everybody see the page? Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Thank you. So the topic of the unit is about predictions. Okay. So let's take a look there. And this is a beautiful picture. I love this picture. It's so nice. Well, I can't say that because I love photography. So when I see something like this, it's really um, pleasurable to say. I feel good when I see a picture like this because it's really perfect. Anyway, let's see the questions, guys. Are you excited about the future? How do you feel about the future? I know it's very difficult to talk about it now because we are going through such a hard moment with this pandemic. So I don't know. But if you want, you can say something about it. Are you excited about the future, guys?
About
Yes.
my future,
Yes, really, Amanda. Yes, why?
And a little anxious because now it's time to choose what we're going to do with the rest of our lives, with jobs and
Yeah,
university.
that's true. That's true. Okay, very good, very good, Amanda. This is a very interesting time in your lives because you have to make decisions about your career, right? About your
Yes.
studies. So it's very nice. Good, excellent. Is anybody else excited about your future? No? All right. Now, why do people try to predict the future? Is there a special reason for that? What do you think? It's difficult sometimes to know why do people usually try to predict, right? Sometimes because they feel anxious about it, like Amanda said. Sometimes we want to know what will happen. So maybe we can prepare for that, right? But I think the future is something that we should um, just let it happen and try to do the best we can in the present. Because if we stop to think about it, the present is the future of the past that we lived. So now in the present, we harvest what we did in the past. So today is really important because today we are planting what we will harvest in the future. So whatever we do today will have a very strong effect in our future. So we think instead of trying to guess or trying to find out what will happen in the future, we should worry about what we are planting now. Okay? Because the harvest, that is a consequence all the time. There is no way out of it. We harvest what we plant. Okay, guys. So it's good to know that we can change our future. It all depends on what you plant. It depends on your seeds. It depends on your effort. Okay, guys. So how can people try to influence the future? What do you think?
Basically, anything you do influence future.
Yeah.
Então,
Everything you do has an
pode ser.
influence.
Aí depende se é positivo ou negativo. Tipo, até fazer nada já tá influenciando, tá ligado?
Yes,
Já é uma
exactly.
consequência.
Yeah, it's true. Doing nothing is also a choice. Doing nothing is also a choice, right? If you prevent action or if you avoid taking action, you are also making a choice. So, of course, you will have a consequence for that as well, right? So that's why it's better to choose good things now in the present, because then in the future you can have a better harvest. All right? So making choices is also an important part of building your future. Okay? Let's take a look at what the photographer who took this beautiful picture has to say about these questions. And where was this picture taken? Look, it's really amazing. It's beautiful. So let's try to watch it.
The boy stands watch over the fields in which his family is living with other families in Mato Grosso, Brazil. The families live rough without running water or electricity. The houses are wooden with thatched roofs made of straw and covered by plastic bags in order for them to keep dry. They grow various crops, including beans, corn, and bananas. People try to predict the future so that they can prepare for what is coming. I think they want reassurance that they are prepared and on the right path. I suppose I'm always sort of trying to predict the future in my work. I try to predict what people I am photographing will do while I'm photographing them and in the future. By thinking ahead, I think people can change their actions to create different outcomes and in turn influence the future. I remember in high school, a friend of mine invited me to come to cheerleading practice with her so I could eventually join the team. And I was already really enchanted with being on a sports team, but the idea of cheerleading didn't quite excite me. I thought maybe it would be cool, but I didn't know. As I listened to the cheerleading coach speaking about expectations and whatnot, I realized that the track team was meeting right next to us. So I got up, said my goodbyes to my friend, and went to sit with the track team. And this led to some amazing years of my youth, being on the track team and making a network of supportive friends.
right. So let's see what she said. Actually, it was quite interesting because this picture was taken in Brazil, right? So that was awesome. That was really cool. First of all, guys, she described the place, the picture, why she took that picture. So what place is this? Could you get from the video?
In Mato Grosso.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And what kind of people live in this area? Do you remember what she said about the community that lives in this area where she took this photo? Very poor. Yeah, very poor community. Yeah, the kind of houses that she describes gives us an idea that a very poor community lives there. And it's not an easy life. And also, she talks about planting, right? She talks about crops. So that has a lot to do with the future because, like I said before, we harvest what we plant. Okay. So I will show the video again. I don't know if everybody had a chance to see. And I would like you to pay attention to the things she mentioned here for questions 2 and 3. Why do people try to predict the future? I'd like you to get the answer to that according to the photographer. And also the third question, how can people try to influence the future? Okay, so let's see what she says about it. I'll play it once again, okay?
The boy stands watch over the fields in which his family is living with other families in Mato Grosso, Brazil. The families live rough without running water or electricity. The houses are wooden with thatched roofs made of straw and covered by plastic bags in order for them to keep dry. They grow various crops, including beans, corn, and bananas.
Can you please extend the noise? It's too small here. It's difficult to see.
Oh, okay, Mateus. Sure, I will do that. See if it's better now for you. Is it okay for you now to see? Yes? Can you see now? Better?
It's better.
Yes?
Better.
Okay. All right, okay. So let me go back to the beginning.
The boy stands watch over the fields in which his family is living with other families in Mato Grosso, Brazil. The families live rough without running water or electricity. The houses are wooden with thatched roofs made of straw and covered by plastic bags in order for them to keep dry. They grow various crops, including beans, corn, and bananas. People try to predict the future so that they can prepare for what is coming. I think they want reassurance that they are prepared and on the right path. I suppose I'm always sort of trying to predict the future in my work. I try to predict what people I am photographing will do while I'm photographing them and in the future. By thinking ahead, I think people can change their actions to create different outcomes and in turn influence the future. I remember in high school, a friend of mine invited me to come to a cheerleading practice with her so I could eventually join the team. And I was already really enchanted with being on a sports team, but the idea of cheerleading didn't quite excite me. I thought maybe it would be cool, but I didn't know. As I listened to the cheerleading coach speaking about expectations and whatnot, I realized that the track team was meeting right next to us. So I got up, said my goodbyes to my friend, and went to sit with the track team. And this led to some amazing years of my youth, being on the track team and making a network of supportive friends.
All right, guys. Yeah. So, according to the photographer, to Nadia, why do people try to predict the future?
People try to predict the future so they can prepare to the future.
Aha, very nice. Everything we do in relation to the future, uh, in terms of trying to find out what will happen, is exactly for that, so that we can prepare, we can be ready when it comes. And we do that every day, right? For example, suppose we hear that it's going to rain, and we go ahead and we close our windows. We, if we have anything outside that can't get wet, we remove it, we put it inside if we live in a house. So we're always trying to kind of predict what will happen so we can be prepared. All right. These are small details, of course. I'm not talking about big things, right? I'm talking about everyday life, okay? Like she gave an example, as a photographer, she tries to predict what the person she is photographing, she is taking the picture of, um, is going to do, right? So she needs to be prepared whenever she's holding her camera. She has to be prepared to see what will happen, what the person she is photographing will do, right? So this is also part of her job, okay? Very good. Preparation, that's the key word. Now, the second part, how can people try to influence the future? What did she say about it?
Trying to, she said a lot about it actually, but they can try to influence the future, taking the decisions,
Making
um,
decisions, yeah.
yes, trying to be in control of what's
Mm-hmm.
coming. I think
Yeah.
that's so we make it better for us, and yeah,
Uh-huh. Very good. So we try to influence the future with our decisions, of course. And like she said, thinking ahead. Okay. So let's put here the answers to the first one. The first one is personal, okay, guys? So the second one, people try to predict the future. Uh, the reason why is
so they
because,
can prepare.
yes, they want to be prepared. And then number three, uh, how can people try to influence the future? By making
Ahead.
decisions, okay?
You're thinking ahead.
Uh-huh. And thinking ahead, okay? All right. So number one is absolutely personal. We can basically answer yes or no, okay? All right, so you can have an idea of what was discussed. And of course, the first one is basically so to everyone to answer, and it's totally personal. Okay, guys, nowadays you must be thinking about your future careers because you are at the point of deciding which course to take, which college to do, which major to do. So that's usually where most of you are at this moment. And of course, you have to analyze your talents, your likes, your dislikes, which subject you feel more comfortable with so that you can make the best decision. But always keep in mind that along the way, we can discover something else, like what happened to her. She was invited to participate in the cheerleading team, and she went there to see the training, but then she realized she didn't want to do it, and she found out something else, which was the track team. And then she changed rooms because they were having a training next door. And what she did was, okay, I don't want to stay here. I will do something else. So don't be so strict on yourself. Know that you can always make a better decision along the way, right? If you come up with something that will be better for you. Okay, so we can always try that. Okay, now let's see the first question here. Discuss the things people may say when they make predictions about these topics. So here we have the weather. What can people say, for example, about the weather when they are predicting the weather?
It's going to rain. It's going
Yeah.
to be completely
Mm-hmm.
clean. The sky is going to be completely clean.
Yes. All
Depends.
right. Yes, of course. People say there is a cold front approaching, so the weekend is going to be cold and rainy. So they always make some kind of
Predict.
prediction. Really, it's a prediction because it's based on some evidence, because they have technique, they have like some instruments, if I could call that way. They have instruments that help them see what will happen with the weather, so they can measure. It's a science, right? It's not just guessing. They know because they have the satellite images, they have other instruments that help them really predict what will happen. So they can say sometimes they make a mistake because it's unpredictable sometimes, right? The weather can change, but naturally now they're more precise, okay? Because of all the technology they have. Now, what about sports results? Can we predict the result of a
Yeah.
game, for example?
I mean, yes, we can predict to grab between our friends. So now, like, oh, my team won and you're lost, something like this. And actually, for betting, like betting money.
Yeah,
Um,
of course. Yeah,
I think it might be these two type of predictions,
that's
just for
true.
fun and for
Yeah.
money.
Uh-huh. A lot of people they like to bet on
I
who
do
will win, and yeah. That's true.
today.
Yeah. So, financial markets, how can we predict what will happen in the financial market?
We can how Jesus just me talking.
No problem, that's
But
okay.
like by seeing the economy of the country, seeing the
Mhm.
news, I think we can predict the financial markets in that way, I think.
Yeah, the only way actually to predict what will happen in the financial market is by studying the trends, taking a look at what happened in the past, and evaluating the companies and evaluating the economy in the country. So
The
it's not,
currency is strong.
yeah, that's true. What is happening with the dollar rate and some other important factors involved in the financial market. So it's something that you really need to study about and be well informed, because you always have to keep checking every day what's happening in the financial market. So it's not something that's simple. All right. What about political elections? How can we predict political elections?
By talking to people, asking them
Um,
think who they're gonna vote for.
yes, of course. Yes. So we always have the surveys, right? So when it's time for elections, they have a lot of polls, a lot of surveys that um, help people predict what might happen, right? As a result. So that's why they carry out a lot of surveys. They ask a lot of people what they will do, who they will vote for. And consumer behavior. What do people usually say when they talk about consumer behavior?
What they say or what they predict?
Yes, what they predict. Yeah. When
I
they
think it
make
depends on the
predictions. Yeah.
yes, I think it depends from country to country. For example, in USA they're much more consumist, like say that
Yeah.
consumist than in Brazil, and Brazil is a lot more consumist than in I don't know Chile, for example, because our
Uh-huh.
population is bigger, and because I don't know if our currency is much better now, but I think that's it. We have more people and we have
Uh,
I don't know if it's wrong to say you have more money, but yeah, in theory, we should have more money than in Chile because it's a small country. And I
yeah.
think that's it.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what happens, but what we know is that even though we have a lot more, um, maybe more chances for being richer than Chile, just because you mentioned that, we may have other problems that really kind of block our progress because we have a lot of
Yes,
yeah, we have a lot of corruption here in Brazil. So maybe the fact of having more income or having more resources because we are a bigger country doesn't really make us richer. It unfortunately we have other issues that maybe don't let us actually be richer. So we can have a lot of waste of resources. So we have a bigger country, have more resources, but we have too much corruption, and that gets in the way of our progress. So maybe Chile is better off now because they have maybe less corruption. And so whatever they produce, whatever they do, um, it helps them get better than us. Unfortunately, that's the truth, right? So consumer behavior would be like, for example, what will people buy in the future? For example, nobody could have imagined that we would need so many masks like we do nowadays, right? About 3 or 4 years ago, nobody ever thought about it because we didn't know that we would have a pandemic. But it happened. And after that, we have the need for certain things like masks, for example, um, and so many other items like the desensitizer. We also have the need for special equipment in hospitals that we didn't used to have in the past. So consumer behavior is a lot to do with the needs, right? The needs and the wants of a special society. So nowadays, what do we need? We need medication, we need equipment, we need masks, we need things to survive, right? So, but talking about regular products, like for example, um, things we buy every day, special food. Like, for example, who would say that iFood nowadays would be number one app for a food delivery? Who would say that 5 years ago? Nowadays, iFood is really big. They are thriving. They are super successful, but nobody would imagine that, I guess, 5 years ago. Okay, so consumer behavior is something really complex, and it has all to do with observing the needs and the wants of the people, right? Nowadays, we need delivery more than in the past, much more. Okay. So, how is it possible, guys, to make accurate predictions? What do you think? Can you predict now, for example, that people 5 years from now will be still studying English, for example? Do you think that will be a necessity in the future? Okay, that's something to think about. What will be the need in the future in terms of education? That's something to think about. Will people still have to take classes to study English? Or
Simone,
yes.
sorry to interrupt. Just Luis Rodrigo just asked me, but I think it would be nice you explain just really quick about accurate. I give him an
Okay.
example, but I don't know if it's really sure, okay?
Okay.
People might have this
Accurate.
doubt as well.
Okay, no problem. Accurate is the same as precise. Okay, something accurate is something correct, precise. All right. So, for example, if we say that nowadays we have, I don't know.
It's difficult for me to give an example. I understand you.
Yeah, giving examples with that is kind of hard, but we can do that with the statistics. Okay, so let me show you a picture with the numbers of the vaccination in Brazil. Okay, how good are we now with the vaccination campaign? All right, let's take a look there. I will open here so you can see. Let me clear
If I
my
start crying, you know why.
yeah, so let's see. Vaccination in Brazil, okay? So we have what we call a vaccination tracker. So okay, here we have Brazil, the latest coronavirus counts, charts, and maps. And we also have the COVID-19 vaccine tracker. So let's take a look there. Look, 5 vaccines approved for use in Brazil. Can you see that? Yes? Okay. So we have here 5 different vaccines that have already been approved, okay? So one of them, the Pfizer BioNTech, okay? The Janssen by Johnson and Johnson, it has been approved, but it hasn't been actually bought, okay? Oxford AstraZeneca, this one here, COVID Shield, and the CoronaVac. CoronaVac has already been used here, and now we are going to the next one, which is Oxford AstraZeneca. That's the one that's coming to Brazil now. We're buying those, right? There are other 7 different vaccines in clinical trials in Brazil. We have these 7 vaccines here, okay? Now, if you take a look at this one here, the CoronaVac, okay, which has been used here in Brazil, okay, then the situation here is approved, okay. Let me see here. They have all the phases, look, of the vaccines in different countries, in Chile, in Brazil, in Indonesia, other. Let me just check out here another number, just a second. This is just the number of vaccines, and then I can give you an example of the word accurate. The best thing is to see the statistics here. Look, the latest, because then you have the numbers, right? So look. So look at that, people. I will try to make it bigger so everybody can see. All right, people, look at that. Here we have the number of vaccines that have been administered. Look, Brazil has administered at least 43,173,356 doses of COVID vaccine so far. Assuming every person needs 2 doses, that's enough to have vaccinated about 10.2% of the country's population. All right. So far, we have approximately the prediction of vaccinating at least for now 10.2% of the country's population. So the question is this number accurate? Is this number precise? Okay. When I say accurate, I want to know the precise amount, the exact amount. Is it really correct? Or do we have less than that? Okay.
I think it's accurate.
I think it's accurate. Yeah. So far, I think it's accurate. Look, here they have, look, enough to give 2 doses to 20% of the population. They would to, 40 million. So since January until now, okay, so look, during the last week reported, Brazil averaged about 847,778 doses administered each day. So at that rate, it will take a further 50 days to administer enough doses for another 10% of the population. You see how many people? So we're vaccinating at a rate of each 50 days, we're vaccinating 10% of the population. All right. Here we have more information. Look, okay, concerning lockdowns, and you see here. So like they say here, many countries responded by shutting down places like schools, workplaces, and international borders in order to contain the spread of the virus. Okay. But in Brazil, things have been a little different. Okay. Not everything has actually closed. So how does Brazil compare? Wow. Check this out, guys. Look, infections in Latin America and the Caribbean. We have here 14.7. This is Brazil. Okay. Terrible. So here we have some other countries. Okay. Each white part here represents a country. And Brazil is second only to India, unfortunately. Okay, guys, we have here in yellow Brazil, and here we have India. So in terms of infections in Latin America and the Caribbean, Brazil is number 1. But infections globally, Brazil is number 2. So if I want to use the example of the word accurate, these numbers unfortunately are accurate. They are correct. Okay, look here. Deaths in Latin America and the Caribbean. How many people have died in Latin America? In Brazil, unfortunately, we have the most people. Now, in the world, look, deaths globally. We are only second to the United States. Look here. In Brazil, we had 407 million, and unfortunately, we are only second to the United States in numbers of deaths. So this is very bad. Then we have Russia, and India is number 4. India is only number 4 in terms of death. We have here.
They're saying India number it's not really accurate because it's probably 3-4 times bigger than that. So
Oh,
a lot of
yeah.
people are dying
A lot of people are
without
dying. Yeah,
checking,
that's true. That's true.
so they don't know. It's not
Yeah,
really accurate.
yes. So this one here, it's changing. Okay. So probably more people will be dead in India from now on because a lot of people are dying. They don't have the necessary equipment, they don't have oxygen in India. Okay, so that is supposed to change. Okay. Oh my God, that's my allergy. So, guys, these numbers, most of them are accurate, but some of them aren't. All right, people. So, if you want to practice English using the vocabulary related to COVID, this is a nice place to go because you have some numbers. Look, Latin America and the Caribbean, you see the number of people. Look, this is talking about deaths, all right? Look at Chile, you see? So um, here we have the latest average infections reporting. So this is not actually death, this is about infections reported daily. So the infections in Chile is much lower than the infections in Brazil. Okay, there are a lot more people infected here. So guys, you can check out this site later and you will see a lot of information, okay? They will talk about the new normal, where in the US coronavirus cases are on the rise, what you need to know about coronavirus right now, okay? So that's quite interesting. This is a page only about COVID, okay? Look, so very interesting information there. So this is by Reuters. This is an agency that usually keeps track of many things in the world, including COVID-19. All right. So back to our page here. Do you understand now the meaning of the word accurate? Okay. So accurate has to do with preciseness, has to do with correctness. So if something is accurate, something is correct. Okay. When you write a text, a composition, we need to check for accuracy. If you are accurate, it means that the grammar and the vocabulary you used are correct. Okay, so everything correct, you are accurate. All right, guys, when you speak,
Simone, just a
yes,
last example, sorry. It's a really good one. The last COVID vaccine, I think, was the Russian one. I forgot the name. Sputnik.
Sputnik, yeah, Sputnik.
They didn't get approved because they needed more dates, so it wasn't really accurate. So that's why.
Great, thank you, thank you. Yes, the data they provided wasn't accurate. That's why it wasn't approved. Very good. Thank you, Mateus. That was very nice. And now another question now. How good are you at making predictions? I'm not very good actually. I'm very bad at making predictions. What about you guys? How good are you at making predictions?
This Rodrigo said he's terrible.
Me too, Rodrigo. Me too. I'm just as bad. Uh, I'm, I'm terrible at making predictions. So José Guilherme, how nice.
Depende, né? Depende da área.
It depends. Okay, all right.
Tipo, se for no jogo, até que vai. Um jogo de videogame e tal, até que vai.
Aí,
Okay,
all right.
Num filme, um desenho até vai, porque tem clichês e tal. Na vida real é
Uh-huh.
difícil.
Yeah, in real life, it's more difficult. Yeah, I know. Okay, so let's take a look at the first activity here from the lesson. The title is Get the Message. So let's take a look here, guys. How many texts or instant messages do you send each day? Have you already counted?
Instant messages would be like messages we send all the time, or just whatever?
Instant messages, yeah, like WhatsApp.
Okay. Hi.
Yes. Yeah, have you already counted how many you send every day?
Around 10, 50, depends.
Okay. And who do you text most often? This is something for you to think about. You don't need to answer. Okay. So they want us to pay attention to some expressions in which we use the verb get. Okay. And they're using that as a topic. So here in the vocabulary development box, they want to focus on collocations with get. So first of all, what are collocations? Do you know? What are collocations, people?
Me again, I know.
No problem, go ahead. Go ahead.
Would be like words we use with get, or the way we use get. I don't know. It makes sense.
Yes, let me show the board just a second to say what a collocation is. Okay, I'm going to write here some sentences and then you tell me if they make sense or not. Okay, so let's go the first one. So the first sentence I wrote here, I'm going to get a shower after class. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. Ah, okay. Because we don't usually say get a shower. We say what? What could I use here?
Take.
Uh-huh, okay. I'm going to take a shower after class. Ah, now it makes more sense, okay? Another one.
I could use like, I know it's not what you said, but I could use like go get a shower, or would be still not making sense. Like go get a shower.
Go take a shower. Yeah. So here the combination is we usually say take a shower, not get a shower. Okay. So here, let me try to underline the words that make more sense together. Take a shower. Now, if I go like, for example, suppose I'll make another sentence, okay? So I'm talking about the vaccines again, and I want to complete this sentence. So you need to vaccinate it. So which one do I use there? Take, get, what? Make. What is the best verb here?
I'd say, I don't know if it makes sense, but I'd say be.
You need to be vaccinated. Yes, okay, that's a good one. Okay, I can use that. What else can I use?
Vaccinated? No, but I'd say like, if I change, you need to get the vaccine.
Get vaccinated. I can say that. I can say get vaccinated. That's probably, yeah. It makes sense, okay? So I can say you need to be vaccinated or you need to get vaccinated, but I can't say you need to take vaccinated. That wouldn't make sense. So the best words here would be or get. So this, guys, is what we call collocation. If I put here, for example, the word take, vaccinated, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't collocate, okay? Here, take would be totally out. So here, it doesn't collocate. All right, people. Unfortunately, in English, like in Portuguese, we also have that. Words that don't go together and words that go together. So here we have take a shower. Okay, they go together, they match. Be vaccinated is also okay. Get vaccinated is also good. So here we have examples of good collocations. They collocate. There is even a dictionary about collocations with only words that go together. They usually occur together in the language. So there is a dictionary only about it. Yeah. Okay, guys. So let me save this. Let me close here. Now back to the book. Let me share the book again with you. So here they want to focus on collocations with the verb get. What are the possibilities? Let's see there, guys. I will make it bigger for you to see. Look, collocations are words that people often use together, like I said, okay? So here we have there are lots of collocations with get, okay? Example, with get plus a noun, get often means receive. So get an email, get a job, get a chance, okay? So I'm going to highlight that because probably these are the expressions that we will see in our test, okay? Next one, get plus adjective. When this happens, get often means become. So get confused, get lost, get ready, okay? Get vaccinated, okay? So it means become. In other collocations, get has different meanings, okay? Example, get home, arrive home, get a train, catch a train, okay? So here, this is also a very common collocation. Understanding and using collocations will help you communicate more naturally in English. This is the idea, okay, guys? Because when you put those two words together, you should be doing like they do, the native speakers. You should use words that actually go together. They match. So if they match, you are fine. You are speaking naturally. Okay. All right. So here, let's take a look at the exercise number 2. Complete the sentences with get collocations from the vocabulary development box. Make sure you use the correct form of get. Okay, so let's say the first one. I, straight after graduation. Now, 5 years later, I'm the manager. So here we are talking about a situation in the past. This is what they mean when they say use the correct form of get, because it can be in the present, in the past, in the future, okay? So here, let's say, what collocation should I put here?
Simone.
Yes, yes.
I don't know who is, but there's someone with something on the background. It's like it's louder, so here it's kind of annoying. I don't know who it is. Did you mute everyone? So, oh
I
yeah,
don't
now
know.
it's better.
Is it better
Now it's
now?
better.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Okay, thank you, Mateus.
Because
Thank
here
you.
we listen everything, so it's a little confusing, but it's better. better now.
Oh,
Thanks.
okay. All right. Okay, sure. No, it's because my mother was watching TV and maybe the volume was a little, yeah, it was a little high. I didn't notice that. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. So here we have there the first one. I straight after graduation. Now, 5 years later, I'm the manager. So here we should use the simple past. Okay, so what can I say here? I got a what? I got a job straight after graduation. Now, 5 years later, I'm the manager. Okay, people. So, situation in the past. Okay. All right, Mateus. Yes, can you understand?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay,
Perfect.
people. Now I will give you 2 minutes to finish the other exercises. Number 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we correct. Okay. Try to do that, guys, without my help. I just moved, I'm sorry, I just moved a little bit upwards to see if there were more questions there. So let's see, what did you put for number 2?
I couldn't get this one, honestly.
Okay. Could anybody get number 2?
And you just use collocation now to get.
Yes, collocations with get. Yeah. And collocations mentioned in the box here. So get an email, get a job, get a chance, get confused, get lost, get ready, get home, get a train. Nobody? No? Okay, so here it's while I was getting ready. When you get ready for something, we understand that you are putting on your clothes to go out or do something. So here he says, I was talking on the phone while I was getting ready for something. So I didn't realize that my socks didn't match. Okay? Okay, guys, you got it? Yes? So let's see the third one. I'm going to show the answers here just to check, okay? So here, if you don't ask for directions. So what will happen if you don't ask for directions?
Get lost.
Yes, very good. Okay. Number 4, I saying I was the winner of a competition I didn't enter. It must be a scam.
I got an email.
Okay. I got an email saying I was the winner. Yes. Yes. Number 5, I normally
Get home.
get home, okay, at 6 o'clock on weekdays. Okay, that's it. Any questions about it? Okay, everything correct. So here, let's move on to the next activity here, number 3, which says, Use get with the words in the box to complete the sentences. Make sure you use the correct form of get. So here, guys, we have more examples of collocations with get, okay? Oh, okay, Giovanna, you can't hear me? Let me see if the other students can hear me.
Oh,
Can you hear me, Mateus?
yes, you can.
Yes? Let me
Yes.
see. José
The correct
Guilherme,
form would be like,
Amanda, can you hear me? So
Yeah, yeah.
probably, Giovanna, check your connection, or maybe you can leave the meeting and come back to see if it works, because it happens sometimes with Zoom, okay? You need to leave the meeting and then try to come back so you have the audio. All right, so let's see there. Um, we have the words injured, changed, married, angry, wet, better, and invited. So let's try to put the words correctly here. The first one, my parents, when they were
got
in,
married.
okay, good. All right, I use that in the past because I'm talking about something that happened in the past, okay? The sentence is in the past. Now let's do number 2 together. I need to before I go out. These clothes are dirty.
Get changed.
Yes, okay. So as you can see here, after the verb need, I have to use infinitive. So to get changed, okay? I need to get changed before I go out. Okay, good. Let's do number 3 together. Did you to Tina's party?
Invited.
Okay.
Got,
Get
got,
invited. Uh-huh. It's a question. It's a question in the simple past. The auxiliary is present here. The auxiliary is
the
dead.
past is already on it. Yes.
Yes.
So
Okay.
you have to use got because the past is already on the start.
Yes, you have the simple past in the auxiliary. So when the auxiliary is in the question, I use the verb in the base form. So did you get invited to Tina's party? Okay, I didn't. So let's go on to number 4. I had a horrible cold last weekend, but I'm finally
Getting better.
very good. All
I'm gonna
right.
stop saying everything.
No, that's okay. No problem, Mateus. That's fine. I'm quite sure everybody else is doing the same. Everybody else is answering, but they are muted, so we can't hear. But that's okay. Everybody's following, okay? So I'm finally getting better. Now, number 5. My brother playing football, so he doesn't play anymore.
Got injured, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Got injured. Pronunciation, injured. Okay. So my brother got injured playing football. So he doesn't play anymore. I'm talking about a past situation with a present result. So I use the simple past. Now, number 6, the weather forecast is terrible. You better take an umbrella or you will
Get wet.
Wet.
get wet. Okay. Now, number 7, the customer when the manager told him he couldn't get a refund.
Got angry.
Yes. Very good. Here we have a situation in the past, and then we have to use the verb in the past as well, okay? So you see how many possibilities we have with the verb get. A lot of possibilities, okay, people? So there is this reading skill here in the end, but our time is up. Yes, Mateus.
So can I just ask one last thing, really quick, really quick?
Yes,
Can
of
you go
course.
back on this activity we just did?
Where should I go?
Can you go back on this activity? Number 3 on 7. I want to ask something. For
This one?
example,
Okay.
yes, number 7.
Uh-huh.
The customer got angry when the manager told him he couldn't get a refund. If I would like to use get angry, I would have to take a look on the way he said told, right? When I mean, if I wanted to change the meaning of
Uh-huh.
the for get angry, I would have to see how when the manager, if he tells, that's correct, or
Yes,
doesn't?
of course. You have to see the tense of the sentence. Here, suppose you don't have anything here, okay? It's blank. In the beginning, we didn't have an answer. So we have to read the sentence completely so we can identify the tense of the sentence. So let me highlight here. When you are doing a test, for example, it's super important to read the whole sentence. So here we have the indication of this verb and the indication of this other verb. Those two indications tell me the sentence is in the past. So I have to use here got angry instead of get angry. For me to use get angry in the beginning, I would have to have these verbs here in the present. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Example, the customer gets angry when the manager tells him he can't get a refund. Okay? So
That's it.
then that's how we identify which verb tense to use. We do that by reading the complete sentence. Then we know here, we know for a fact that I have to use the simple past because the sentence is in the past, right? So here, got angry. All
You know,
right.
I was like myself, I already know it's in the past. I know how to say in the past, but like if I wanted to change, doesn't. So that's it. Yeah, you
Yes,
explained.
yes.
Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. Any other question, people? No? Is everything okay? Yes? The other sentences, they follow the same idea. You just have to use the verb according to what exists in the sentence. The other verbs in the sentence will help you decide. Okay, here, for example, in number 2, I have the verb need. And then right after the verb need, I have the blank. So I know that after need, I use infinitive. It can be in the present, in the past. If need here were in the past, I needed, I would still use the infinitive. Okay? I needed to get changed before I went out. So here the verb would also have to be in the past. Okay? But my answer has to follow the verb here. In this case here, I don't have, in number 1, I don't have a verb, okay, people? In the first one here, I have a noun. I have the subject of the sentence. So for me to decide the verb tense I will use, I have to to read the rest of the sentence so I can identify the tense. Here, it doesn't tell me anything about the tense. But here, yes, look, when they were. So this is the simple past. So the situation happened in the past. So let me highlight that to you. Look, this is the indication. In the second one, the indication is the verb need. I don't need to read the rest of the sentence, only to know which collocation I will use, but the tense is dictated by the verb need plus infinitive. Here, I have the simple past question, so I know I have to use the base form, okay? This one here, it's in the simple past. I had a horrible cold last weekend, but I'm finally, so what dictates my verb tense is here. I know that I'm talking about the present continuous because I have the verb to be here. My brother, okay, it doesn't give me any idea of the verb tense I will use here. I just know my brother is the subject, so I have to read the rest of the sentence. Oh, playing football, so he doesn't play anymore. So he doesn't play anymore means that something happened before. So he got injured, simple past. So here, number 6, we have, you better take an umbrella or you will. So this is my indication, simple future. I have to use will plus base form. And finally, here I have these two indicators, the two verbs in the past. So I know I have to use the simple past, okay? All right, Mateus, okay? So this is very
Yes, all right.
nice. Yeah, it's very nice. I like doing this kind of evaluation because it helps us decide which verb tense to use in the sentence. Okay,
And
people.
we use a
So,
lot of the day. So
sorry, Mateus.
we use a lot of these on our daily routine.
Yes, of
Speaking English.
course. All the time, all the time. So let's refer back to our Google Classroom. So you see here the homework I'm asking you to do. Look, I'm asking you to do, guys, the online practice, unit 7.1. So you can do the first activities from that exercise, right? And also, I posted some collocations with Get for you here. Look, there are 2 files, I think, three files. Okay, people? So you can check out these files so you can practice as well, right? But if you do this exercise, it will be good for you, right? Try to do it. So let's take a picture, guys, to finish. I think we are going over time already. So let's take our picture. I guess there were more people here before. I saw Joyce, I saw some other students as well, okay? So I will just take a picture here with the participants, but there were more people here, a lot more, actually. Let me do the gallery view, it's better. Yeah, much better. Okay, people, let's do it. Okay, Mateus. Thank you so much, Amanda. Thank you, Giovanna. Thank you very much. You were super dedicated today because your connection is not good, but still you were here. So thank you. Thank you, José Guilherme. Thank you so much. Thank you, Amandinha. Thank you, Luis
Thank you.
Rodrigo.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mateus. Is there anybody else there, Mateus, or only
No,
Luis
just me
Rodrigo?
and just me and Luis.
Okay,
I
all
think you can
right.
see.
Yes, thank you. Okay, guys. So very nice seeing you today. And next class, we continue that, okay?
I'm gonna wait
Okay.
to update the I think
Okay. All right, okay, no problem. I will open it right now.
So yeah, okay.
Let's do it. I will open the attendance right now so we can update here the information. Let's see.
But it's everyone here. Everyone can go, right?
Yes, everyone can go. Everybody, okay. Let me just save the picture that I just took so I don't lose it. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Giovanninha. Thank you. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye-bye. Let me save here. No.
You've seen Paula today? You've seen Paula today?
Paula was here. Yeah, Paula was here.
It.
Yeah, she was. She was here.
I always take a look on the members who is on the class, but today I didn't
Yeah,
notice.
she was here. She was here.
So I'm gonna.
I'm just saving the picture now. Can you see the attendance, Mateus?
Yes, I can. So
Yes.
Joyce, I can give her presents or
Yes, yes, she was here. So here we have Amanda present. Giovanna, she was here too. Joyce was here. José Guilherme was here too. Luan, I don't remember, but Luis Rodrigo, yes.
no.
Mateus and Paula.
Yes, I think Luan.
Luan wasn't here. Do you remember seeing Luan?
Yeah. No, he wasn't, because he always talk when he comes. So
Yeah,
he
I
wasn't
don't
here.
remember. I don't remember
doesn't stay
seeing
quiet.
Luan. Yeah, I don't remember seeing him. So, okay.
Especially exercise don't talk, he would be talking. So
He would be
yeah, it's okay.
participating.
It's okay.
I think it's all right. The other ones here
Yeah.
in yellow are students who aren't coming. Okay. So thank you, Mateus.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay. Bye bye. Take care. See you.
Bye.
Bye.